Nnamdi Kanu vows to challenge the court ruling, affirming IPOB as a terrorist group. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got in this morning. As our headline for this morning says here that Nnamdi Kanu vows to challenge court ruling, affirming IPOB as a terrorist group. Wow. Well, if you guys don't know what has actually happened, well, Nnamdi Kanu took the matter to the appeal court, saying that some people are calling IPOB and him a terrorist group and a terrorist leader. Well, after so much debate in court, the appeal court labeled IPOB as a terrorist group and giving everybody the right to call IPOB as a terrorist group. Well, Nnamdi Kanu said that he's going to challenge the court, that case is going to be reseated because you can't call IPOB a terrorist group. Well, let me guys brief you guys concerning what is happening here. Well, under this headline, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the outlawed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has vowed to challenge the Court of Appeal judgment affirming the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Ejimakor, the legal counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, in a statement on Friday, said that Mr. Kanu said this when he and other members of his legal team visited the IPOB leader on Friday at the facility of the DSS. Premium Times earlier reported that the Court of Appeal in Abuja on Thursday affirmed the proscription of IPOB in Nigeria. IPOB is a group leading the agitation for an independent state of Biafra, which it once carved out from the southeast and some parts of the southern Nigeria. The Nigerian government, under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in 2017, proscribed the separatist group. The Federal High Court in Abuja formalized the IPOB proscription and tagged the group as a terrorist organization. Well, speaking to Mr. Ejimakor, the special counsel, Mr. Kanu argued that the judgment saying that IPOB proscription was faulty. The ruling yesterday, Thursday, by the Court of Appeal affirming the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist group will live in infamy and thus shall be recited vigorously within the parameters of the law, municipal and international. Sooner than later, it shall be demonstrated that the judgment did not pass the muster of the Nigerian Constitution and the statutes permanent to it, he said. Mr. Ejimakor said a major issue which the legal team argued at the appeal court was that the proscription order by the Federal High Court in 2017 was obtained through an ex parte application by the federal government instead of through a hearing on notice by a judge in chamber. He said they also argued that the proscription proceedings offended the hallowed doctrine of fair hearing provided in the Nigerian Constitution, given that IPOB was neither put on notice nor heard before the proscription order was granted. The special counsel further contended that the proscription directive issued to the Attorney General was signed by the then Chief of Staff Abba Kyari, now late, and not the then President Buhari, in line with law. The Court of Appeal acknowledged these laxities, but it still went ahead to dismiss our appeal on the quaint premise that national security is an exception to the provision of the Constitution. Well, then wonders when here in lies the national security risks posed by the IPOB in 2017 that warranted the flagrant breach of the Constitution that in its intent and effect discriminatorily tagged the Igbo as a whole, he said. Mr. Ejimakor stressed that the Constitution laid down the process to be strictly followed before any provision to the Constitution could be suspended for the sake of national security. But in this case, the process was not followed at all, he said. Well, don't call Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist yet. Aside from IPOB proscription, Mr. Kanu is being persecuted for alleged terrorism at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Mr. Ejimakor argued in the statement that the appeal court ruling will hardly have any prejudicial effect on Mr. Kanu's trial at the Federal High Court. This, he explained, was because the appeal court ruling was not final and the IPOB leader had resolved to challenge the judgment at the Supreme Court, which is the final arbiter. The special counsel threatened legal action against any person or entity that would take undue advantage of the appeal court ruling to cause legal injury on Mr. Kanu and the Igbo people. So for the time being, it is legally safer and wiser for all to resist the dangerous temptation of calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist until he is either convicted as one, which is a tall order, or till the Supreme Court finally decide it against him, which is highly unlikely. That was what I was mostly said here concerning this headline today this morning, which says that Nnamdi Kanu vows to challenge the court ruling saying that IPOB is a terrorist organization. A lot has been happening concerning this Nnamdi Kanu's case, and if you don't know, well, appeal court has labeled IPOB as terrorist organization, and the of course, General Christopher Musa is happy. The Nigerian army is happy. The Nigerian police is also happy. The Nigerian government, all of them, they're happy. But it pains me that the court did something like this, because people are saying that, okay, fine, if you label IPOB as a terrorist organization, what about the Oduduwa Republic? You should also label them as terrorist organization too, since we're also preaching the same gospel. I mean, it's true. We are pushing for Biafra freedom. They are pushing for the Yoruba freedom. Is that not right? It is right. Yeah, it is right. You see, this is just this discrimination. It is just every time hate about Igbo people. This is just hate to the Igbo people. Yes, I don't see any good thing in this. And some people now who hate Nnamdi Kanu now, using the opportunity to be calling Nnamdi Kanu terrorist leader. That's why Aloy Ejimakor said that it is very, very unwise to fast and start calling Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist leader. You can only call him a terrorist leader when the Supreme Court finally decide that IPOB is a terrorist organization, and it is very, very unlikely that the Supreme Court will decide it. But an appeal court ruling does not count. Yes, that's why Ejimakor said that for the time being, it is legally safe and wise for all of you to resist the dangerous temptation of calling Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, because of some people now who use this opportunity now to start talking rubbish on the internet. Yes, some people use this opportunity to start talking rubbish on the internet. People are saying that why did the court not call the Fulani headsmen terrorists? I don't know. Why did not call mighty Allah cattle breeders terrorists? I don't know. These two people who have actually killed people, displaced families, these Fulani headsmen and this mighty Allah or whatever they call themselves, they move with arms, they move with guns. You didn't call them terrorists. It is IPOB that you've never seen with any gun in their entire life. They're calling terrorists. You see, there's a difference between terrorists and peaceful group. The federal government are blaming everything insecurity on IPOB. If Fulani headsmen go to the southeast now and attack and raid homes and do this and kill policemen, they'll blame it on IPOB. If unknown government comes now and do that thing, they blame it on IPOB. If kidnappers come and kidnap, they blame it on IPOB. You're blaming every insecurity on IPOB. Well done. Well, like Ejimakor have said it, don't go and be tempted to call Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. If you call him terrorist, you can be sued. Or what do you guys think? Tell me. Drop your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Then tap the subscribe button. Here's the big red on with the notification bell so that anytime we have any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Daily Brief News and have a wonderful day ahead of you.